In a game with 8 goals, a big overturned goal, and plenty of entertainment, it was the final 5 seconds that will be remembered from this one.
What do you think of Morgan Rielly's reaction?
Thought it was appropriate.
The Battle of Ontario on Hockey Night in Canada. You gotta love it. Now, I'll leave timestamps if all you're looking for is the end of the game, but for those interested in how we got there, let's get to it. Not 4 minutes in, Leafs forechecking hard would lead to a delayed penalty, but Marner is patient, gets it to Matthews, and he scores his 42nd of the year to open up the scoring. Then another 4 minutes go by, nice entry, it's Rielly to Domi, and they score again, 2-0. But Domi's reaction was as though he had kicked it, which actually didn't matter anyway because the Sens would challenge the play for being offside, and it's Gregor. Just a tad ahead was indeed offside. So this one got taken off the board. From there, we got a couple of great stops on both ends as there were opportunities, but nearing the end of the first, a turnover leads to a 3-on-1. Giroux to the front, shut down by Jones, but getting another stab, it's Giroux putting the Sens on the board as he ties it up with his 16th of the year. And that was about it for the first, so let's head over to the second frame, where early on, Pinto chips it to Tarasenko, he's all alone and scores. Blocker side beats Jones, and the Sens had their first lead of the night. It was back and forth though, as Marner puts one on net and they score. Answering right back, this one's redirected in front by Nyes, it's under the crossbar, able to get it past Korpisalo, and we had a tied hockey game. Midway point of the frame, Sens challenging, and right there, that's a high stick on McCabe, but it goes uncalled as play carries on, and so Kelly with the shot, and they score. That one hurts. Pinto, this time with the redirect, gives the Sens the lead for the second time after, again, what was definitely a missed call here. And shortly after, Norris, working his way through the Leafs, fires it, and he scores. It's the first 2-goal lead of the game, and it's a nice one for his 13th of the year and his first of 2024. And while the whistles were put away for most of the game, Nylander would get the first penalty of the night to give the Sens the man advantage, a chance to really begin to run away with it. And while they did crank one off the post, they couldn't get one to find the back of the net, and so after what was an eventful second, it was the Sens up by 2 as we head into the third and final period. 5 minutes in, Leafs pressuring, Rielly behind the net, centers it, and they score. It's Ty Domi, making it a 1-goal game, and this time it's not coming back. But with 6 to go, the Sens would go on the power play again as Stutzle tripped up behind the Toronto net. Benoit gets a stick in there, but Keefe doesn't agree. You don't need to be a lip reader here. Biggest diver in the NHL. And of course, Stutzle has had other recent allegations. But ultimately, it didn't matter, as the Leafs would kill it off with the Sens going 0 for 2 on the night. They did, however, have another great opportunity here, but Pinto with the wide open net couldn't seal it. But all the while, time was ticking, and the Leafs would end up calling a timeout. They pulled Jones, and with the net empty, the push was on. And they had several big opportunities putting the puck on net, Korpisalo battling hard though, and eventually it's a good defensive play setting up Greig all alone to seal it, and a slap shot into the empty net, which I kind of love. It's cocky, but are you not entertained? With that said, does it deserve a response? Absolutely, it does, and you want to see it, but this isn't it. Morgan Rielly with a bad cross-check straight to the head as Greig goes down and things boil over late. Now again, I like a response here, but if you think the empty netter is classless, ultimately the thing with any unwritten rule like this is that if you don't want to get scored on like this, then don't let it happen in the first place. At the end of the day, it's a slap shot on net to score. That sounds like a hockey play to me. This is not a hockey play. It has no place in the game, and honestly, it's mind-numbing to see how many people are justifying it as being okay. Either drop the gloves or you're not serious. Now, after review, it was obviously confirmed as a 5 and a game, as the Leafs are going to be losing Rielly, who, by the way, I have a lot of respect for. He's a great player, and this was uncharacteristic, but I'm not going to defend it. Keefe then put Reeves out for the final 5 seconds, which is interesting. I thought the message had already been sent, but with that said, nothing more wound up happening anyway as everyone was contained, but the drama did kind of carry over to the post-game with Keefe's response.
What do you think of Morgan Rielly's reaction to Ridly Greig's slap shot into the empty net?
I thought it was appropriate. our players have the right to react to, it's the emotions of the game.
When you say it's appropriate, why do you think that's appropriate?
It's pretty apparent.
Now, clearly, I disagree with that, but yeah. The Sens, though, take the season series with a 5-3 victory at home. Shame that these two don't play again this year, and I know I'm about to get lit up. You Leafs fans are very passionate, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I will see you in the next one.